just my luck that on our vacation to Africa, you ended up running a high fever. What the hell were you thinking?
I'm sorry.
It's malaria that you have, right? Catching that bad of a virus at a time like this, why would you do that?
The pills I have to take are only $5, so I think you're overreacting to this. I only have to be at the hospital for a few days, yet you went ahead and canceled all of our excursions.
But like I said, you're not going to get better in time to make this trip worthwhile. It seems that your bad luck just happened to affect both of us this time.
I made sure to wear a long-sleeve shirt and pants as well as to use bug spray, so there really wasn't anything else I could do. I'm sorry that I got this sick.
How you feeling right now?
Well, my fever will go up and down from time to time, but right now I'm not feeling too bad.
How much longer is this gonna take?
I don't really know. I think a few days is all. Not many people here speak English, and you're never here to help me talk with anyone. I feel super panicked at times.
Well, you're the one that said that they wanted to come to Africa. I didn't really want to go with you on vacation in the first place.
Don't say something like that, especially when I'm this sick. And anyways, I had originally planned to come here alone, but you asked me if you could come along, right?
Well, when I looked up where you'd be going online, it all looked really amazing and fun, so... But now that you're sick, there's nothing fun for me to do. Just a bunch of free time in all this hot air. I think I'll just go back to the US.
Are you serious? Don't say that! You're scaring me! You just leave me here?
Well, you'd already wanted to come here alone anyway. And me being here during your time in the hospital leaves me with nothing to do.
But having you stay here with me brings me a little happiness.
Just go to sleep and you'll be fine. Once you've gotten better, you can come back home to me by yourself.
Why are you acting so distant from me all of a sudden?
Because I have things to do, and we had originally planned to go home tonight, so that's what I'm doing.
What do you have to do in America that's more important than your wife?
I'd like to say that it has nothing to do with you, but I guess it's better that I tell you.
What?
I have another girl that I'm going after.
Huh?
I plan to get divorced from you. I was planning to talk with you about all of this when we got back, but that's just too much of a bother now. So I thought I'd just tell you right now.
What are you saying?
I've been trying to get you to notice that I'm not interested in you for a while now.
Since when?
For about 1.5 years now, I think.
That long? You jerk.
And now that you've caught malaria, I feel sick being around you. If you don't get to go away properly, I might end up catching it from you. So that's why I want to get away from you as soon as possible.
You wouldn't end up getting malaria from me, you idiot.
Well, it doesn't matter now.
Do you really want to do this? Divorcing me just because I became sick and you've lost interest in me?
Well, that seems to be on the mark, huh? I thought I'd at least be kind and come on this huge trip with you to Africa, but of course it turned out to be just as boring and awful as you.
This is painful.
Pretty good timing, right?
I was wanting to tell you this for a little while now, but I really wanted to start working on having kids when we got back to the States.
That is not happening. All of your kids would turn out just as boring and unattractive as you. And I don't have the energy to love you or those ugly kids.
You'd say all that to me while I'm laying in a hospital bed with a deadly sickness?
You're not even my wife anymore, so what does that matter to me?
You're really going to leave me here all by myself?
Yep. You can fight that sickness all by yourself.
I never thought of you as this disgusting of a person.
I think that's because before I used to like you, but you changed me. This is all your fault. See ya.
My name is Megan. I'm 33 years old and a housewife. But it seems that title will soon go away. I went on a vacation with my husband to Africa, where I ended up catching malaria. But worse than that, my husband threw me away by saying he didn't love me anymore. This turned out to be worse than any nightmare. Brett was always too soft and kind to me. Every once in a while being a little bit selfish, but I'd always look past that to see the true person he was. But what he showed me of himself in Africa wasn't the Brett I ever knew about. I always loved the life I had with him after our wedding, and I'd dream about how he would always say that my cooking was just the best while I was in a fog recovering. Dream about him going to the store with me where we'd hold each other's hand and laugh at stupid jokes. Those days were just the best, and I wish I could go back to those days 4 years ago.
Have you gotten back to America yet? I want you to fill out your half of the divorce paper so we can get this over with already.
I came back once I had gotten over the malaria, but there was still something off with my body. I'm back in the hospital right now.
What, again?
Yeah. Sorry for not getting to the papers yet.
Having to go back to the hospital with another bad sickness must suck, huh?
If you mail the papers to me, I'll get right on them.
Oh, will do. Finally, I'll be able to get with the girl of my dreams.
You don't need to let me know about that.
Well, it's your fault for catching malaria in the first place. So me having to tell you that I've been with another girl is on you. Therefore, don't try to get any settlements from me or play any games.
Understood.
Her face is just so clear and youthful, and her body has curves in all the right places. She's also fit and healthy. She's like the sun in the sky, while you're like a worm in the dirt.
She's really that great of a person, huh?
I want to hurry up and get married to her, so don't try anything with me.
I get it. When the papers get here, I'll make sure to fill them out as quick as possible.
And make sure you don't use any of my money to pay for the hospital bills. Pay for the cost yourself.
That's what I was planning to do.
And by the way, the girl of my dreams is already moving into this house.
I'll come back after I'm out of here to get my things, so make sure she doesn't touch any of my stuff.
Well, if you didn't want that happening, then you should have hurried back here after getting back to America. We've already had to move your things into the garage anyways. She kept complaining that they were in the way, so we boxed everything up and threw them out there.
Sorry. I didn't know I'd have to go back to the hospital immediately after landing here.
I'll just tell your parents that we'll send the stuff to their place.
Will you really do that?
I might have to, considering that you're always getting in the way of things.
That's so true. I was never able to do anything well enough for you.
That's damn right. By the way, you're going to be paying for the divorce processing.
I have to pay?
Yep. I know about how you've never touched the savings you've had ever since you were single. So I'll be using that.
You looked into my personal bank account?
I looked it up. You left your password for it in the top drawer of your desk.
Don't you dare touch any of that money!
$150,000. You really did a great job at saving. Well, for all the years that I've had to be with you and support you, I'm going to be taking this money. In other words, this will all be mine to begin with.
Please stop that!
I'll get to withdrawing all of it and then start buying whatever I want. I'll even say that this money was a gift from you for my soon-to-be coming wedding.
Stop that!
I guess you really were pretty helpful in the end, huh? Oh, I'm so excited. Megan, do you know what happened to my Rolex watch? Do you think it might be stuck with some of your things that we packed up? I've been looking all over for it.
This is Brett, right?
You should already know that. What is wrong with you?
This is Megan's mom. We haven't talked to each other in quite a long time, huh?
Huh? Why are you using her phone?
Why do you think?
I'm not really sure, but we plan to get divorced soon. I'm really sorry for not talking to you about this all sooner.
Right. It really has been a long time since we last talked.
I was gonna call you to have a talk about it, but I've just been so busy.
And? What does that matter now?
Well, I had some things that I needed from Megan.
Well, Megan is no longer around.
Huh?
I tried so many times to get in touch with you, but you never answered me.
Seriously? I knew that she was in the hospital and such, but...
And her condition was really bad for the longest time. I'm not sure what the cause was for her sickness, but she had fought on and off against a really bad fever.
That's... what Megan is...
When she would be in a dazed state, she'd still call out your name. I don't know the slightest reason why she'd say your name of all people, though.
Megan's... gone? Ah! About her, a large amount of life insurance must have come out of this, right? What the heck? You should have told me about this sooner. You didn't have to be distant with me.
Don't
tell me that she didn't have life insurance. I know she did because I was the one that took it out on her a while back. There should be around $800,000 from her.
What the heck are you talking about?
You should have the paperwork for the life insurance, right? I doubt that you would have any use for it, right? So don't hide it from me and hand it over.
I have no idea what you mean. Tell me what's going on!
Jeez. You don't have any use for that kind of money at your old age. It's not like you'll be able to bring it with you to heaven.
Brett, why would you say something like that to me?
Oh, just shut up and listen to me.
Megan's alive!
What?
Don't act like she's dead.
But you just...
You never listened to the rest of what I wanted to tell you.
Oh, damn it. And I thought I was about to get $800,000.
What kind of man are you?
Well, it doesn't matter. I still have the $150,000 that Megan gave me in her bank account.
Because of that, she decided to move all of that money out of that account.
What?
Don't act like she is so clueless. After you said you'd take it, she called her bank and had them freeze the account. Then she asked if they could move it to a safer account for her.
So then, this account she had is empty now?
There is still the chance that some money might be in there, but I'd advise against trying to get it. She laughed a lot when she realized you hadn't taken her money yet.
This isn't a joke. You both fooled me.
It's your fault for thinking you had the right to use other people's money. No matter how I look at you, all I see is an idiot.
Oh, shut up, Grams.
You really have no manners. You guys splitting up was the right choice.
Where is Megan? Get her on the phone right now.
I told you that she isn't here.
And why would she just leave her phone with you?
She had to leave in a hurry, so she must have forgotten to take it with her.
And where the hell did she go to?
Back to Africa.
Huh?
She went there before for sightseeing, but that turned into an awful experience quickly. So she said she wanted to go back, but this time as a volunteer. So she already left the States.
A volunteer? She became a volunteer?
That's right. And she'd need a lot of money for that. So she made sure that you couldn't lay a finger on her money.
My money? It's all been taken to Africa?
It wasn't your money in the first place.
I'll never forgive her.
Also, she plans to turn in the divorce papers after a few more months.
Right? I was starting to think that she'd never do it. She's just trying to make things more difficult.
No, that's not it. She's just taking her time talking to her lawyers and collecting evidence. Your treatment of her, your affair, and the money you spent on your mistress. It's all about the paperwork, and she is being diligent. She has photos and receipts and everything. Emotional abuse, financial abuse. She's all set to sue you already.
Huh? Abuse? I didn't do anything.
You really thought she was going to go quietly after the way you treated her. You obviously don't know women very well. The loving, kind ones, when they're scorned, they're vicious. She's pretty much a different woman now. She knows everything you did, and she will make you pay like you have no idea.
But she was in the hospital, right?
She asked her friend Jake to get the pictures for her. He's always wanted to be a PI, so he went all out. She never thought he would get this much evidence, though. Even the lawyers were impressed.
That dog, she told me she wouldn't make any settlements.
I looked at all her messages to you. She never said she wouldn't. She let me look through her old messages after she left her phone here.
Those are private.
It looks like you treated her like a princess the last time she was in Africa with you, huh?
But you don't even know the reason why it said things like that to her.
I can see right here the reasons why you hurt her. And my daughter's pain is also my pain. So neither of us are going to forgive you for what you said and did to her.
I am not going to pay for anything.
Megan must have told you where she'd be putting all the money she saved.
Ugh!
She wanted to do her best in Africa. And even after she was hurt so badly by you and suffered multiple illnesses, she went back to volunteer to those in need that live in even worse conditions than any of us here. She even donated half of the money she had to making sure the people that she is helping don't starve. I'm so proud of her.
Frick!
Have you made arrangements to get married to your new girlfriend yet?
Yes.
I'm sure you made the plans thinking you'd have Megan's $150,000. But now that that's gone, what are you going to do?
That isn't going to make any walls for me to climb.
Well, is your soon-to-be new wife okay with what you tried to do? I'm sure you told her about your plan, right? Of course you didn't. I've been around long enough to know what kind of horrible person you are. I'm sure once she learns of this, she'll toss you aside as well.
Wait, I'm asking her if she knows anything right now. Oh, she wants to break up.
Right?
Why is this happening to me? Well, I know for damn sure that this is all on Megan.
And what did she ever do? This was all because of you. Don't try and use my daughter's name as your punching bag, you jack-off.
Oh, shut the hell up.
You must have never thought getting her $150,000 in savings would be this terrible, huh?
Well, now all that money is gone.
And even if it was, what then?
I'd have her pay for ruining my marriage.
I can't follow your talk with it being this stupid. You're going to be the one paying her for ruining her life with you.
Why?
Because you not only cheated on her, you left her in Africa when she was deathly sick, and then you went ahead and tried to take her money even when she told you to not touch it. I also know that when you went to Africa with her, you used some of the money she had saved on flying back without her, in first-class seats. She never told you that she knew, because she knew she'd need to use that against you.
But that money that she had was mine.
Megan was the one that worked for that money, as well as the one that paid for your guy's house. Only the money that she makes after the marriage is for both of you to share.
Well, it doesn't matter what you say now because all of that money is gone.
Even though it's gone, we are going to use the bank statements to show you bought those plane tickets without her acknowledging that.
Why? It's all gone now.
I heard she's going to leave all of this legal work to her lawyer. Once he contacts you, then you can have a longer, more thought-out conversation with him. I'm going to stop texting now.
Hold on, Grams.
You have no right calling me Grams!
Help me. At least give me some money as a sorry feel.
Sucks, doesn't it? But doing this to you is the only way to teach you a lesson.
Please, wait. I already quit my job thinking that I'd get all that money. I won't have any money soon. Oh, please.
This is Megan. It looks like my mother handled things while I was gone. I am still in Africa, helping volunteer at the hospital that I had to be admitted to when I caught malaria last time. Helping care for starving or sick children, and seeing their shining faces when they start to feel better, and the looks of relief on their mothers' faces, brings loads of joy to me. I left all of the legal work to both my mom and a lawyer, and they said that Brett found a new job, but that the money he made there was put towards paying me for the pain he caused. And since he still needs to make money for himself, he found a part-time job to do at night. Oh, I'm so happy that I was able to finish the divorce and get away from the idea of him. I'm sure that if I had stayed with him, I'd only be treated worse than I was treated by the fevers that I had. For the time being, I'm going to stay here in Africa, volunteering to make a change in the lives of those in need. And every once in a while, I'll go back to America to see my mom and dad before returning here. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. We've arranged a partner for you to get married. So pack up your belongings and do whatever you need to do to prepare. What? An arranged marriage? You're kidding, right? Explain yourself, Mother. You're 35 already, Autumn. If you can't find someone, I'll find someone for you. Is this because Elizabeth stole my fiancé? You can't still be upset that your little sister stole your man from you. That was ages ago. You have to let the past be the past. That was just 3 months ago. Was it? Oh, it feels like forever ago. This is too weird, Mother. You can't expect me in the first place to just accept an arranged marriage with someone I've never met. I mean, damn! Would it kill you to try and act with a little more sense? Hey! Don't speak like that to your mother! You know it's true, too. We can discuss your attitude problems later. For now, know that this is all but confirmed to be happening. You don't have any say in the matter, Autumn. I refuse to accept this marriage, Mother. Tell that to the other party as well, that I have no intention of marrying anyone I don't know. I can't do that. It's far too late to call things off. What do you mean it's too late? How could it possibly be too late already? They've already paid in advance. What? Are they doing some kind of reverse dowry or something? On the condition that we could guarantee that the marriage would happen, they gave us $100K. So basically, you sold off your daughter? That, and if I make sure you stay married, they promise to look after me in my old age. How on earth did it come to that? The man's father is old friends with your father, it seems. They said that they were in a rush to find a bride. And that led us to offering up you as a marriage partner. And so they're also just fine with having their son marry a stranger? And what's more, he's just going to go along with it too? There are just way too many bizarre decisions being made here for this all to be on the up and up. Something else has to be going on. Maybe there is, but who cares? I care, and you should as well. I guess I might as well ask then. What's his name? Tell me everything you know about him. His name is Rich Masters, and he's 38. He owns quite an expensive loft downtown. Needless to say, he's very rich. His brother's being groomed for their father's position, so there's no added baggage in terms of expectations to take over his father's business. Which, by the way, is the well-known Masters Corporation. They're a power family, Autumn. It's not a bad deal for you. Oh, are they now? Anything else? What's so funny? I'm serious about his father's company. I'm sure you are. I'm familiar with it as well. Then why are you laughing? Because, can you imagine being offered an arranged marriage with the son of such a powerful person? It's like something straight out of the movies. It's too funny you buy into all of it. You're just shocked at how good the deal is. I get it. But you know, Autumn, sometimes when something sounds too good to be true, it actually turns out to be true. Yeah, that's totally it. We are just so lucky. But hey, if it's such a good deal, then why not have Elizabeth be the one to marry him? She is your favorite daughter, after all. And apparently she's already broken up with my fiancé. I guess they only lasted a couple of days. I had the same idea and went to her with the arranged marriage first. But when I showed her a picture of him, she was repulsed. After seeing her reaction, I knew that I wasn't going to get anywhere with her and decided to ask you. She was repulsed at the sight of him? Be serious for a minute. Sorry. That just sounded like something she would do. Regardless, that's how I ended up coming to you. You'll be marrying Rich, Autumn. Do you and Dad really not regret doing this to us? Whether it's me or Elizabeth, you're talking about literally selling your daughter. Not only do I not regret it, I'm thankful to be in such a good situation. If that's how you really feel, then fine. I think I've made my decision as well. That's great to hear. But before that, I have one condition. Okay. What is it? I've never met this rich guy or his parents. And? Then why don't we have a family trip with the two families and we can get to know each other that way? That should be a pleasant solution for everyone involved. This can serve as our honeymoon as well. That's not a bad idea! And one more condition that I want to add is that the marriage won't be finalized until after we get back from the trip. And I don't want there to be any ceremony. I'll let them know your wishes. Since we will be spending the rest of our lives together, I want to ensure that Rich is someone I can trust. I can do that as well while we're on the trip. From what his parents told me, he's a sincere, upstanding individual. Knowing his parents, I think we can take them at their word. I still want to confirm that that is the case myself. His parents aren't exactly unbiased here. Have it your way, then. However, if I determine that Rich is not an appropriate match, then the wedding is off. That's the key point in all of this. So write that down in bold and put it somewhere you'll remember. You sure do have a lot of demands. I'm just more careful about marriage now after Elizabeth stole my last fiancé. Well, I guess that's only natural. I appreciate the understanding. Now, let's set the trip for 2 weeks from now. The details can be hashed out another day. My name is Autumn. I'm 35 years old and work as an accountant at a mid-sized company. As can be seen from the previous interaction, my parents are pretty toxic. My sister, Elizabeth, is 12 years younger than me. She was doted on by our parents growing up, and it shows. She's got quite the nasty, self-centered personality. Having grown tired of them, I've worked to distance myself from them. However, out of the blue, Mother comes to me with a proposal for an arranged marriage with a guy I've never met. I said as much before, but I have no intention of marrying a stranger. I'm annoyed at both my parents who are looking to pull in a big payday by selling me, and Rich's parents who are plotting to marry off their son like this. Yeah, there's something fishy with this whole situation. I've come up with a plan of my own to get back at these unbearable fools if the need arises. Finally, it's time to unleash my secret plan on them.
Autumn, did you really go home all by yourself? This is supposed to be your honeymoon, you know. What's wrong with you?
Something important came up.
Wasn't this also everyone could get to know one another? Your absence defeats the whole purpose of us being here. And don't you feel bad for your fiancé?
I do feel bad for leaving like I did. But I just didn't know what else to do.
But suddenly bursting into tears and running off was a bit much, don't you think? Rich was even questioning your sanity after seeing that.
His reaction is understandable, I guess.
God, it's so embarrassing to have such a pathetic sister. Why did you do that? Don't try and tell me you were having second thoughts about the marriage.
Yeah, it might have been something like that. Just when I thought about getting married to Rich, for some reason I got scared.
I get it. That guy up close is creepy.
I'm shivering just thinking about it.
You chicken! How long are you going to keep this up? You're like a slug. Be careful or I'll throw salt on you.
I wish you would! I'd just as well disappear.
All the parents are mad at you. And Rich is waiting for you to come back.
Ugh, I can't. I'm getting nauseous just thinking about him.
Get it together! In the first place, you're being so shallow for judging people on their looks alone. I can't believe you'd be so horrible.
You're right. Maybe I was just the one being unreasonable in all of this. I mean, in spite of his looks, I'm sure he has a good heart. You know what? I think I will come back.
I'll actually save you the trip because I have good news for you, Autumn. I'm going to be the one who's going to marry Rich.
You are?
So sorry. It seems like I've taken another one.
Mother just texted me and it seems like what she wrote is actually corroborating this. So it's really true?
Not only is it true, but I'll also have you know that it was Rich's idea.
It was it?
He wants a youthful girl over an older wrinkled hag like you.
I guess in the end, all the guys choose Elizabeth.
Don't let it get you down, Autumn. You're as plain as they come, so trying to get in with us A-listers just isn't your place.
But are you fine with marrying Rich? Weren't you the one who was originally opposed to Rich based on his looks?
Sure, he's like a real-life ogre, but he's a rich ogre, so I'm more than happy to have him.
Have it your way, then. I wish you two the best. You have my endorsement to go ahead with the marriage. Not that it matters.
How could it not matter? The arranged marriage has to be one of either you or me, right?
Sure, that was the case when Mother agreed to the deal. But since she's disowned me, I wouldn't even be eligible for marrying Rich. She said that she wants nothing to do with me and that we'll be as good as strangers from here on out.
That's hilarious. Right on, Mom. So you've had your man stolen and your family disown you. It's just the funniest thing to see a single 35-year-old woman lose everything like this.
I'm sure it's really funny from the outside looking in.
You should see how supportive everyone is of me taking your place as Rich's bride. Even his parents are happy to okay everything so long as I marry him. I bet they're practically traumatized at seeing you run off like you did and just don't want to see something like that happen again.
Yeah, it's almost as if there wasn't even any real intention of me being included in the marriage talks in the first place.
That's totally what it's like. So don't worry about us.
Got it. I'm going to head back to our parents' house and gather what little I have there. I won't be coming back to see them again after all.
And don't show yourself in front of me either. And enjoy your lonely life as a loser.
Farewell then.
Report for twice formally engaged but still single Autumn. Rich and I are now officially married. Would you like to weigh in on exactly how that makes you feel?
Wow, I guess you were right. This was totally not something to get down about at all.
Wait, that's your reaction? You aren't disappointed about this?
Disappointed? No way.
But you were so surprised when I told you about me and Rich.
I was certainly pretending to be surprised.
That was all an act?
But first things first. Congratulations on your marriage, Elizabeth. But it's probably hell having married a crazy person like Rich.
Hello? I think you mean heaven.
As if.
What do you know about him?
It just so happens that there's an indirect connection between Rich and me. A whole 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon type situation. Obviously, that connection is a person, and that person had a number of juicy rumors about Rich that just happened to make their way to me. Knowing what I knew about him, I was never going to marry him in the first place.
By rumor, do you mean the bad kind? And that was why you staged the whole running away scene?
There are plenty of reasons I could give as to why I did what I did. If I were to list a big one, it would probably be because he and you were together in the bathroom.
The bathroom? I guess we were, but it's not what you think. He just wanted me to show him how the shower worked. You know how confusing those modern things can be.
A grown adult unable to figure out how a shower worked? I'm sure he could have managed that by himself. He's not a child.
It was, you know.
Yes?
The shower thing with the buttons and handles.
That's not going to pass for an explanation, Elizabeth. Unless you mean to say you were helping him with his pants and showed him how that shower worked. If that's what you mean, then I think we have a similar understanding of what happened in there.
How do you know about that?
I saw you two go in together.
You were stalking us? That's so freaking weird.
You two were a little too excited in there. You could hear everything outside. Thanks to that, the audio on the video I took is crystal clear. Do you want to give it a watch and see for yourself what happened?
You took a video of us without our consent? That's going too far.
I had to. I wanted to know if you were sleeping with the groom-to-be. And the proof will protect me as well if it comes to that.
Proof? What do you need that for?
It's to show that he's not trustworthy to the point that he'll even go behind his fiancé's back and sleep with her sister.
What does trust have to do with anything?
It's the standard I have to meet so that I can get out of the arranged marriage. Those were the terms I agreed to. And with this, I'm free from any arranged marriages involving him.
What have you been going on about? What agreement? I have no idea what any of this is about.
The arranged marriage isn't exactly all that it was made out to be on the surface. There were a number of behind closed doors provisions associated with it. You didn't know that, did you?
What else is there?
The parents are getting $100K on the condition that there is no divorce for any reason.
Okay. And what are you trying to say? I'm not going to divorce my rich husband now that I finally got him.
Oh, I wonder about that.
What? Do you still have something to say?
Don't you think there's something else up with the circumstances of the marriage? The other party is pushing pretty hard to make everything official as quickly as possible. Not to mention they gave us as little information as possible beforehand with the not meeting any of them and all.
I haven't thought about the circumstances, and I'm not sure I care.
All right, well, in that case, maybe I can make you care. Since it's something you'll find out sooner or later, I'll just tell you everything right now. Your new husband, Rich, is an unparalleled womanizer. On top of that, he has quite the criminal record.
He's what?
He's like a dog in heat, but for 365 days a year. Every day, it's a different girl.
I'm a forgiving person, so a little cheating is something I can deal with.
Even if he's a serial burglar who also dabbles in indiscriminate armed robbery of men and women?
But I never heard anything about him getting arrested. You're going to have to be a little more clever with your lying, Autumn.
There's a reason you never heard anything. His parents would always come in with hush money to sweep his crimes under the rug. I guess I misspoke earlier. He doesn't have a criminal record per se, but he certainly had a criminal past.
No way. So he really is a bad guy?
But really, I never thought my plan would go so well.
What do you mean, plan?
I figured that you, being a sucker for rich guys, and him, a habitual womanizer, would hook up for sure.
You can't know that. How are you sure that that would happen?
Isn't it obvious? The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. And you stole my last fiancé because he was rich. I guess as soon as you found a richer guy, it was on to the next one.
Anyone would do that. More money means I can live a better life.
But didn't he kick you to the curb right away?
Shut up! He just had no taste in women.
I am sure it was all his fault. For what it's worth, Rich does have money at the very least. So that's good for you.
Don't make light of this. I can't be with a criminal like him forever, even if he is rich. I'll divorce him.
But that's impossible. Mother's already had the money deposited.
Then it's just a matter of her sending the money back.
I doubt there's anything left to send back.
What?
They spent it all betting on horses. But I guess you two wouldn't know that since you were together getting steamy in the shower.
On horse racing? Who in their right mind gambles away that much money?
It doesn't seem like you lot have been making too many right-minded decisions, period. I'm sure you know, but they don't have that kind of money in savings. And what they did get is gone. So give up your ideas about divorcing him.
So that's it. You're jealous that I'm the only one who's happy. You're trying to trick me into a divorce by lying. You had me at first with how much truth you were weaving into your story.
Don't be silly. There's no reason for me to lie about this. And certainly not over jealousy.
But how would you even know about Rich and the backroom deals of the marriage? What even is that connection between you two?
Well, you see, I work for a company owned by Masters Corporation.
You did? When was this?
It doesn't really matter. But up until fairly recently, the rest of the family couldn't care less about what I'm up to, so you all never knew that.
So, what? You have some kind of insider source feeding you info about Rich?
Yeah, you could say that. Rich's older brother was working for the subsidiary when I was there. He's actually my source. I heard everything from him, so it's reliable. And the bit about Rich not having any obligations to help out and take over his father's company was because he was their problem child and getting married would make him seem a little more respectable or something.
That can't be! If I had known this, I wouldn't have gotten married to that hideous ogre.
I can't tell you how good it feels to see my greedy parents and fiancé-stealing sister get what they deserve. It has been a long time coming for you all.
But this marriage was supposed to be for you! You do something about this!
Don't think I owe you anything anymore. I've been disowned. We're not family anymore.
Then what should I do?
I guess you have two choices. Stay married to Rich or save up $100K and get divorced.
I hate both of them! Wait, why don't you just marry Rich? That would solve everything.
What?
I'm just giving him back since he was originally for you.
I'm sorry, but all sales are final. And even if they weren't, Mother already told me that she came to you first about the arranged marriage.
Fine. Then I'll find where you work and raise hell.
I'll save you the time and tell you now. I quit my job.
Did you quit because you were embarrassed that things between you and Rich didn't work out?
Wrong. I wanted to go traveling for a while. Maybe I'll even go all the way around the world. And I finally have enough money to do just that.
You have that kind of money? Give it to me! I'll use it to get divorced.
No shot. Oh, look at the time. I've got a flight to catch. Later, Gator.
Wait, Autumn! You're going to abandon your super cute little sister? Hey!
After that, Elizabeth raised hell about getting a divorce and sparked a nasty debate between the two families. Our parents knew that Rich was not the sincere, well-put-together man that he was sold as being. So they argued they were deceived. The other side demanded the $100K they had given as part of the agreement for the marriage. They wouldn't accept any divorce until that was repaid. So, in the end, $50K was raised from selling the house, the other came from semi-legal loans, and the divorce was finalized. Then the three of them, mother, father, and Elizabeth, moved into a crappy apartment that people in the area refer to as the slums. They're now working day and night to pay off what they borrowed. Because of this new lifestyle, the parents withered away while Elizabeth ate her stress and plumped up. Those that have seen them recently tell me that it's like they've become different people. I, on the other hand, took this as an opportunity to rid myself of those toxic people who tormented me for so many years. I'm as happy as I've ever been while getting the most out of my long-awaited worldwide travels. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Harriet, is it true what I heard about you? What are you talking about, Bella? Is what true? Is it true that you got cancer? I heard you were gonna have surgery. They say you were gonna have a big operation for just a teeny-weeny growth. Is that right? Yes, I'm afraid so. And on top of that, you were insane enough to have my Uncle Bill examine you. Ethan told me that your Uncle Bill was an expert in the field, so of course I agreed. It was Ethan who introduced me to him. Uncle Bill is the best doctor in the world, the cream of the crop, the doctor of all doctors, they say. You know he's been on the TV. He's had hundreds of articles written about him in magazines. You know he was even in the New York Times and Spectator. I am very grateful to be seen by such a well-respected doctor. It's a humbling experience. You know that doctor is Ethan's grandfather's brother, don't you? Yes, your father-in-law's father, right? That's right. He is 73 years old and still going strong. You wouldn't know it to look at him. He still seems so young. He's a wonderful man. He has so much power. And he is so nice, too. He put me right at ease during the consultation. I don't think you actually get what I am saying, do you? What do you mean? Uncle Bill is from our side of the family. Yes, I get that. What of it? He has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with me? Don't you get it? You are just married to Ethan. You are just his wife. Sorry, I'm still not following. You are not the sharpest pencil in the box, are you? You ain't related! Excuse me? My God! You're such a dullard! You are just Ethan's wife. You ain't one of our true family. You're just taking advantage of your position. You ain't got no right to be seen by our Uncle Billy. You should have gone to the local doctor. That's a ridiculous thing to say. So illogical and so rude to me. I married Ethan. I am a part of this family now. I want to be operated on by the best doctor available. I don't want to put my life in the hands of just any old local doctor. Who do you think you are? You can't speak to me like that. I can't believe you expect a great man like Uncle Billy to operate on a common woman like you. That is just a teeny-weeny growth that any old backstreet physician could cut off with a scalpel. I was afraid that something like this would happen. I was so upset when I found out it was malignant. But your Uncle Bill, Dr. Williams, was very reassuring. He told me that I needed to have surgery as soon as possible. He said there was nothing to worry about. If it's taken out right now, it will heal completely. It ain't nothing that a good night's sleep wouldn't heal. Sleep? What are you talking about? This is cancer. It's a little more serious. Besides, if you're having surgery, you'll be hospitalized, right? Who's gonna pay for that? We'll find a way. This is my health. Who's going to look after the housework and the cooking when you're in the hospital? I was hoping you could do it. I'll only be in for a few days. It's not like it's long term. You've gotta be kidding me. I'll be back on my feet in no time at all. I want to fight this. Ethan said he'd help out as much as he can, too. He said it's not a busy time at work, so he can take some time off. You expect Ethan to take on your chores, too? He's too good for you, our Ethan. You take advantage of his kind nature. He may say he's not busy at work, but that is just a lie he tells you to make you feel better. What a wife you've turned out to be for our Ethan, making him clean up all the mess you leave. Women these days have no common sense. I'm sorry you think that way. I'm gonna call Uncle Bill and tell him that you've decided to find your own doctor. So you'd better get your skates on and head up Main Street. You're being unreasonable. He took the time out of his busy schedule to see me. I don't want his time to be wasted. He'll be taking up even more of his time if you force him to go ahead with this ridiculous operation. Just be grateful for the small mercy he showed you by seeing you the once. Please, don't do this to me. You're being so unreasonable. I want Dr. Williams to operate on me. I don't want any other doctor. No way! I am not having you dirty Dr. Williams, hand of God. Why are you so nasty to me? You don't want me to set Gregory on you, do you? Gregory? Do you understand what I am saying? Yes, I understand. Get the dinner on, then. Quickly! Hurry up! My name is Harriet. I've been married to my husband Ethan for a year. I found out that I had cancer at the young and tender age of 27. Fortunately, it was discovered in the early stages. It had not had a chance to metastasize and spread to other parts of my body. But it seems to be in a somewhat difficult place to operate on, and I'm told that the surgery requires a lot of skill. Dr. Williams has a lot of experience in this kind of surgery, and he tells me that he can easily treat me. My husband and I were relieved when he agreed to carry out the surgery. I did not expect my wicked mother-in-law to be so dead set against it. And that makes it all the more difficult because Ethan and I are living with her in the family home at her insistence. She was nice to me at first, but once I moved in, the next thing I knew, she was making me do all the housework and cooking. She treated me no better than a slave. I guess that was the point of her having us move in. My husband warned her about it a number of times, but she always threatened him with Gregory. Gregory is Ethan's older brother, and he is like Bella's vicious little lapdog. He'll do anything she says. If Brother Gregory got wind that Bella was unhappy with me, he would ban me from living here and throw me out on the streets. I have nowhere to go if I'm chased out of their house. Ethan's mother is very controlling. She would find a way to keep us apart. My mother-in-law would use every trick in the book to keep me away from Great Uncle Billy, the world-famous doctor with godlike hands, and the family's pride and joy. How kind of your mother-in-law to run a nice hot bath for you. What a sweet lady I am. You told me to get in right away, so I did. I almost burned the skin off my feet, it was so hot. I was only thinking of you when I run it at that temperature. It was 140 degrees! That is not a safe temperature for a human being to bathe in. What a load of rubbish. I saw on TV that cancer cells can be eliminated at high temperatures. I thought I was doing you a favor. You're talking about hypothermia treatment, right? They use thin needle probes to pinpoint the tumor and destroy the cancerous cells with heat. Needle-thin probes, not hot baths, Bella. You never hear about those comedians on that TV show too hot to handle getting cancer. There was one last week when the temperature went up to 200 degrees. That's TV! It's a game show! It's not real! There was no human on this earth who could stand that kind of temperature. So you couldn't take a bath? No, I couldn't. What a waste of my benevolent deed! My feet are still red raw and stinging from the heat. Oh yes, I just remembered I have an acquaintance who is a famous psychic medium. Really? It's probably just a bad spirit that you are a host to. You need to have it removed. Then you'll be cured. I'm not sure I believe in that kind of thing. In that case, what about waterfall treatment? Yes, try the ocean or a waterfall. I heard that there was a study that proved that 10 minutes of listening to the sounds of splashing water can do wonders for curing cancer. With all due respect, Bella, I would rather go to the hospital to have surgery. I'm not really convinced by those other kinds of treatment. If you go to the hospital, there is no way you will ever be able to come back to this house again. Why? I heard you are having an affair. I'm going to tell Ethan. That's a ridiculous suggestion. I'm not having an affair. The other day, I saw you at the door leaning against the mailman. What mailman? I have a picture of it. I took it with my phone. The mailman. I remember that. I just stumbled on the step and he took my arm for support. Yes, I know. Women who cheat on their husbands always have a good excuse. Ethan is already worried sick about my illness. Please don't say anything unnecessary. It will only make him more anxious. Then you had best get yourself to the nearest waterfall to get purified then, hadn't you? You have such an unreasonable attitude. Everything will be fine if you just listen to what I say. Get on and do your chores and get enough sleep. Cancer comes from being spoiled. You can't say I'm spoiled. I said it! Now shut up and do the chores! Why Ethan ever married such a stupid woman as you is beyond me. I told you over and over you ain't got no right to go to Uncle Bill's hospital. You couldn't get that into your thick skull, could you? What the deuce are you doing? Shame on you! I'm sorry, but I really want to get this treated properly. Ethan and I want to have children, so I need to be healthy. That's not a good enough reason to pester my Uncle Bill. What about the house? What about the chores? You are such an irresponsible woman! What now? He told me to call him when there was nothing else I could do. Call who? What are you blathering about now? Oh, Uncle Bill. Dr. Williams. Harriet, have you been exchanging WhatsApp messages with Dr. Williams? Dr. Williams said that it was a family member's privilege. But here, let's talk with him together. Dr. Williams, it's certainly been a long time.
Yes, we haven't seen each other since my brother's memorial service.
I always look forward to hearing about your activities. I read an article about you in The Spectator a few weeks ago.
Enough of your small talk. I don't have time for your sycophantic flattery, Bella.
You are absolutely right, Doctor. Let's proceed to the conversation at hand. I am so sorry for the inconvenience our family has caused you. I apologize wholeheartedly.
Not at all.
Ethan's wife, our dear Harriet, told me that you consulted with her about the cancer. I'm sure she's making a mountain out of a molehill, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that your medical diagnosis?
It's only natural for a woman of my years and experience to be of that opinion. You tell her, Dr. Williams, from the point of view of a specialist, that sleep is the best medicine.
That is an interesting point of view, to be sure.
I told you, didn't I, Harriet? There's that old saying that ill health begins in the mind. Young people these days just don't have the grit and guts that we had back in the day. You don't have to prescribe drugs for every little cough or sneeze. And you certainly don't have to cut them open and operate on every little lump. Just chase them out of the surgery. That's my philosophy.
So you're of the opinion that I should chase Harriet out of the surgery?
Yes, right away. It's a waste to spend good money on medical bills and hospitalization. If it's the kind of cancer that's going to kill you, then let fate take its course. That's what I say. My son Ethan will just have to give up the fight, too.
I see.
That's the be-all and end-all of a married woman's life.
You obnoxious woman!
Excuse me?
Harriet,
Yes, Dr. Williams?
It must have been really hard for you to marry into a family with such a hopeless mother-in-law.
Yes, Doctor. It has been really hard. What? There you go again, you spoiled brat! It's the truth.
Bella, if you ever come running to me for a consultation and it turns out you have cancer, I'll tell you to sleep it off.
It's different for me, Uncle Bill. If it happened to be me, I would be relieved to find out that Uncle Bill, Dr. Williams, would carry out the surgery on my cancer.
Go to bed and sleep it off!
Dr. Williams, with all due respect, I said it to her because she is a young woman. It's different for someone as old as I am.
Bella, with all due respect, you haven't got the foggiest idea what you're talking about. It's the other way around. Cancer progresses faster when you are young. If you don't treat it properly, it can be fatal.
But I hardly think Harriet is old enough for Uncle Bill to use Dr. Williams' hand of God on her.
It's not for you to judge whom I can and can't heal with my so-called hand of God. I really wish that awful journalist hadn't started that whole hand of God rubbish. It's gotten quite out of hand.
That's true. But she is my daughter-in-law.
Is a daughter-in-law the property of a mother-in-law? What era do you think you're living in?
Excuse me.
Work, little concubine. Don't rest, little concubine. Little concubine not sick. All in little concubine's mind. How long are you going to keep spouting this outdated sophistry?
But that was what it was like in the past, right?
Once upon a time in a land far, far away, there were little princesses with kind mothers-in-law. There were also little princesses who were ruled over and spat on and abused by evil witches like you. Don't blame it on the era. Blame it on the woman.
That's a wicked thing to say to me.
I cannot believe my sweet little nephew ended up with this evil witch for a wife. She must have mixed up one hell of a potion in her cauldron to put such a strong spell on him.
Uncle Bill, stop it! You can't speak like this about me!
According to your equivocation, a wife is an outsider, so she has nothing to do with you.
I'm not sure I put it quite like that. That's exactly what you meant.
Case in point, you are also a wife, which means you are an outsider too. Therefore, the logical conclusion is that you have nothing to do with me.
Don't you go using that awful logic on me, Uncle Bill!
Bella, whatever illness you may be inflicted by in the future, I would like you not to depend on me.
Please don't say that!
I am a physician. My work is my life's mission. It's my pride. I don't have time to waste on pointless conversations like this with people who don't respect human life.
I understand. I will let Harriet have the surgery.
I don't need your permission. As long as both Harriet and Ethan agree, then we can go ahead with the surgery. It's a simple matter. It's none of your business. Stay out of it!
Uncle Bill, could we talk privately?
No, Bella. I am not interested. I will let the family know that in the future, I will not show up at any functions that you are involved in.
If you tell them that, I'll be castigated!
It's your own fault! You will deserve everything that you have coming to you.
Look at what you've done, Harriet! It's all your fault! Say something! Serves you right!
Well said! You have to get these things off your chest. Keeping it inside is bad for your health.
Thank you for helping me, Dr. Williams. Just by reading this exchange between you and Bella, I feel lighter. It's like I'm finally in control of my own life again. I feel so much better.
It's nice to know that we could get rid of the source of your stress before the surgery.
Uncle Bill, my phone won't stop ringing with calls from angry relatives. This is all you're doing!
Ugh, I forgot to mention. I've been on the phone with everyone to let them know what's been going on. I told them I wouldn't show my face anywhere that you were present.
They said they always look forward to seeing Uncle Bill and they blamed me for upsetting him. They told me to leave. They
that I was poison to this family. They say they are banning me from everything. You loathsome man. If you are kind to people, the warmth of that kindness comes back to you. If you are hard on people, you have to be prepared for what you'll get thrown back at you. I can't believe you've lived this long and still don't understand this one simple thing. I think I know that now. Harriet, your examination is tomorrow morning. Let's get you ready for the surgery.
Thank you, Dr. Williams.
And when you are better, would you and Ethan join me for a slap-up meal?
We'd be delighted.
It'll be my treat. Let's look forward to that.
My life is in your hands, Dr. Williams.
Don't worry about a thing, Harriet. My hands are the so-called hands of God.
Would I perchance be invited to this slap-up meal, Uncle Bill?
Are you still here, Bella? Be off with you!
After all that, the surgery was a success and I made a full recovery. My mother-in-law Bella continued to ignore phone calls from angry relatives, so they turned up at the house to voice their opinions. There was shouting and yelling, and curses and complaints were bandied back and forth. Over and over, they told her to get out of the house and leave the family. They told her she was no longer welcome to any of their functions. And since my father-in-law holds Dr. Williams in such high regard, and because my mother-in-law couldn't forgive him, they ended up getting a divorce at a ripe old age. He kicked her out and we lived together, just the three of us. Bella was not able to afford to rent an apartment on her pension. In the end, she had no other choice but to live in a shack deep in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. She lives there alone to this day, surrounded by old people. I'm forced to work as a maid for a living. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and leave a comment below. See you next time!